See how it goes here tonight. Hopping on here a few minutes early. There might be a background noise going on right now, and if there is, let me know. I tried to include a drum roll sound for later, and I don't know if that's playing right now. Get this. My first chat. Cassandra says, "Hi everybody. Hello." All right. Now, can you hear me okay? And also, can you hear this? Should be a drum roll. And then it should be done. So, I can't hear that stuff. I don't know if you guys can or not. Anyways, John says, hello again. Hey, John. Thanks for joining us. Corpus says, greetings all. All right. Cool. Leroy says, hey, horror fam jam. All right, thanks for joining us, Leroy. Hey, it is 8 o'clock. Time for, well, let me ask you this real quick. Did you guys hear the sound of a drum roll? Do you hear it now? I hope you don't. You're not supposed to, but now, can you hear it? Okay, now I shut it off. Cassandra says, yep, I hear you and the drum. Okay, but you can't hear the, okay, now I shut it off. You cannot hear the drum roll now, right? Because I'm trying to learn how to do sound effects only on here. Oh. Ava says, hi, Glam. Is Glam on here? Hey, before I start the titles, I was thinking about this, Glam. I don't see you on here. I was thinking about this. I suggested this to Tom, too. Maybe if you're on here and I can't see you, if you're subscribed to the Chiller Night Theater YouTube channel, I would just try this, because I've gone in here, I've restarted everything on here on my end. Maybe if you discontinue your subscription and then resubscribe, maybe that will get you on here okay. Same for Chiller Night Theater Facebook page. If you're on here and you're not being seen and you like the page, I would dislike it and then like it again. Maybe that'll work, I don't know, but I'm going to start the show. Hey everybody, this is Bryan Hogue. Welcome to another week of the Chiller Night Live pre-show, where from 8 p.m. Eastern Time until a few minutes shy of 9 p.m. I get on here, I interact with you, you interact with each other and me, and we just kind of hang out for an hour until the Chiller Night programming begins on Stream TV on Saturday night. All right, I am seeing, David says, heard it. Champagne popped, poured, and cheers. All right. Going back a ways here. Lisa Ann says, "Hey Brian, we saw Tremors. Awesome." I know. That was a good movie. Lisa Ann says, "Now I heard." John says, "Yes." Okay, cool. Corpus says, "Yes, we can hear it." And then shut it off. That's your sound effect, Corpus, for when we get to the watch party movie. I wanted to try it. Is it loud? Is it soft? I mean, is it just right? I don't know. You tell me, but I can't hear anything on here. All I had to go on is a little Keller bar to let me know if something is louder than what I'm looking at. I don't know. It's weird. Someone who has a regular podcast equipment and setup, they do far better than I when it comes to the audio part of this. Corpus says that was a ton of fun. Brad, it's a Chill Night pre-show with Bryan Hogue, starring Bryan Hogue. Now here's Bryan. All right. Lisa Ann says, let's play in Halloween. Oh, yeah. Yeah, why not? David says, what all are you drinking tonight? All right, everybody lists their drink of choice. Lisa Ann says, I'm dressing as Maleficent. Oh, really? That would be pretty elaborate. Ava says, hello, everyone. I'll be in and out tonight. Okay. And then, okay, all right, I'll get caught up. Leroy says to David, I'm drinking Smirnoff Ice, wild berries, something new. I said, why not? Why not indeed? All right. Now, tonight's schedule is 9 p.m., 9 o'clock, Lady Frankenstein. Now, if you haven't seen that one, we played it on here, of course, several times, but, I mean, it's an older one, but it's a very good movie. I was actually very surprised first time I saw it to feature on this program. Very good. It reminds me of the old Hammer movies. Very well done. 11 p.m. Chiller Chat. My guest is Stan Gordon. Stan is, of course, a nationally known, very famous UFO and paranormal investigator known all across the country. He's appeared on many things like Ancient Aliens and the radio show Coast to Coast and just all kinds of stuff. 11:30, Chiller Night Theater. The movie is Indestructible Man. That, of course, was our latest and greatest Friday Night Frights. I'll have some news about the new Friday Night Frights coming up here in a little bit. 1:30 a.m., Chiller Chat. My guest is Daniel Doing, the creator of the Fringe Night comic. And 2 a.m., Chiller Night Theater. The movie is The Devil Bat. All right, so there you have it, folks. And of course, I want to thank Stream TV. See them up there? See them? Also, their site down here. Stream TV for showing Chiller Night Theater and Chiller Chat every Saturday night. And they have been for the last several years. And so I want to thank them for that. And of course, I want to thank the Dead Vault, which was part of Chop Block TV, Scott Paulson's show, The Dead Vault, and Paranormal Warehouse, paranormalwarehouse.com. And whoever here we sort of look like NASCAR, huh? Vicelli Pizza. Always want to thank Vicelli. They've been super supportive. And of course, Gross Fest. So looking forward to Gross Fest this year. And so that's just the way it is, by golly. Let's see. Corpus says, water for me tonight, guys. Okay. Brad says, what's on tonight? All right. That was probably before I threw it up there. All right. Lisa Ann says, I want to see Lady Frankenstein. It's a very, very good movie. I was very pleased with that one. A. Emmanuel says, I got water. Neat. I'm drinking drinking the hard stuff, ain't I? Corpus says, I had more than my fair share of vodka last night. Yeah, you better water down then. A. Emmanuel. Fancy way of saying cold water in a cup. Yep. Remember that from my bartending days. Corpus says, Tom. Is Tom on here? Tom, if you're on here, I wonder if it would help to, like, I mean, whenever you want to try it, but to dislike the Chiller Night Theater Facebook page and then re-like it. I don't know. For some reason, it's not reading that you're on here. Same with you, Glam, for YouTube. Again, the only thing I even think to do is to dissubscribe from Chiller Night Theater's YouTube channel. And of course, I want your subscription, so resubscribe. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe that'll help. I don't know. Raymond says, Jack Shadow give us best life-saving advice during that movie. Yes, don't be seduced in a burning building. Saved my life. Well, hopefully, Raymond, it has saved countless of lives since it first debuted on Stream TV. Just a public service announcement from Jack Shadow, and a good one at that. Whoop, almost got hit by the UFO. Let's see. Corpus replying to Tom Paisley. See, I see it says that. Does he look that way to you too? Okay, of course I don't know what you're referring to because I can't read Tom's, unfortunately. That's frustrating. Leroy says, I watched Dead Vault last night. Oh, cool. That's neat. Yeah, they have they are on Facebook. And Scott's the one who, he has the Chop Block TV channel on Roku and on the Fire Stick channel. So, all kinds of stuff going on. All right, let's see. Jack Shadow in NASCAR racing. That'd be kind of neat, huh? He'd have to ride the Dragula from the Munsters. That's all right. Cheers, brother, to Tom Paisley. Why does Tom hide? Is he hiding? Is he scared? Well, if he isn't, he will be at 9 o'clock. When Chiller Night Theater starts. Jack scared Tom, she says. What in the world? Corpus says, yes, Tom is on. He was asking why you look squashed. Because I was wondering if you had noticed that. Now, here's the thing. I might try this for the next Friday Night Frights. Because, see that? My arms go out to the very ends. I have a problem when I'm on here because Jack is very limited. And so am I when I'm on here because my hand only goes to about here and here. The screen ends. And when I'm on here as Jack Shadow, it's hard for me to keep, I have to keep reminding myself, keep your elbows in close to your body. Because when my hands go out, it'll cut my hands off, essentially view-wise. So I thought I'm going to try and see if this works. It is elongated a bit, so that's why you're seeing it that way. I don't know that I like it. I thought what I'm going to do is record it tonight, see how it looks on the big screen later when I re-watch some of this to see how it looks. Because I always like to do that and see how things are looking and sounding. So, but yes, that is why. I could get on here and change it, but I don't like to do it when I'm... Corpus says you are sort of flattened out, stretched side to side. Yeah. Yes, I'm a little stretched out tonight. But that's why. That's why. I just, A. Manuel says, that should get you on target and in sync so you can interact. I hope that's the case if you're talking about like re-liking or re-subscribing. I'm hoping that works. Carrie Edwards has the face with the little mask on it and the cat, which I see you posting quite a bit, Carrie. All right. The scared, shocked cat look. Okay, so we got that. Now, the watch party. Okay, if you watched the last one on Thursday, and unfortunately we didn't get to, I think I might have jumped in there at the very end, and we didn't get to watch it, but I really hope you guys got a chance to, because these are really cool movies. But Corpus has a new one coming up. We watched Tremors last Thursday, or you watched Tremors. And now for next Thursday, I will start my drum roll. Hopefully you guys can hear that. Is it working? I hope so. I put some effort into it this week, Corpus. Okay, Corpus says, yes, Thursday's watch party will be... I don't have to do this anymore. Will be... Leroy says, those wild berries, it's not that bad. Let's drink up. Children of the Corn, Corpus says. All right, I will shut off the drums. Did that work? I hope that worked. All right, Children of the Corn. That is cool. I'm just looking at that. I like the idea of these 80s movies. I just love that. Well, I know Tremors was like 1990, but I don't know. There's something really cool. Like a lot of these are the 80s and stuff like that. So I just love that time in horror movies. Bob says, sweet drum roll. Thank you. Thank you, Bob. I appreciate that. Corpus says, that was great. They was great. Brad says, another classic movie. Leroy says, yeah, it was cool. David says, the drums were beautifully done. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad that it's been appreciated. The things I do for this show. So hopefully, if you're new on here, Brad says that makes me happy. Bob says, can't wait. Children of the Corn is a classic Stephen King movie. 89 has the best horror movies. Cool. Now, if you don't know, if you are on here new and I can't see you, if I happen to miss you and you're just checking it out, like what the heck is going on? What is this thing? What is this manner of show that is on? You might ask. Well, let me tell you. This is the every Thursday night. Corpus Christine. She hosts a watch party on our Chiller Night Facebook group page. The Chiller Night Facebook group page at 8 p.m. Eastern Time every Thursday. So, this coming Thursday will be Children of the Corn. All right. Cool, cool, cool. Who was the real creepy, well, they're all creepy kids, but the one Malachi? Was it Malachi? One. Lisa Ann says, remember Billy Mummy as that kid in the Twilight Zone? Yeah, I do. I do remember that. He could wish you into the cornfield. Yeah, yeah. Did we do good? Whatever the kid's name was, Timmy or Billy. Did we do good? Did we do good, Timmy? We did. You know, I remember that he could wish you into the cornfield. That was a classic. I haven't seen that one since I was a kid, but that one really stands out as one of those monumental classics. Raymond says, Children of the Corn. I remember the old woman who is not seen but ends up in pictures. The old woman who is not seen but ends up in pictures. It's been so long since I've seen that movie. I don't quite remember that part. Okay. Well, hopefully, if I get a chance on Thursday, although I'm going to tell you something. Cassandra says, replying to Lisa Ann, just watched it. It was called It's a Good Life. Oh, that's the name of the Twilight Zone episode. Okay. Cool. That was pretty cool. All right, so that is for Thursday night. I hope you guys are enjoying those. Once again, I want to thank Corpus for doing that every Thursday. Since we founded this Facebook group page, I thought it was a neat idea. I actually think it was several of the viewers suggested doing that, and so we could have the watch parties. And I thought, wow, that's really cool. I vaguely recall saying, like, I know I won't be able to commit to doing that just because I'm doing the show, but if somebody else wanted to, and Corpus jumped in there to do this. So again, you can have watch parties throughout the week if you're a member, if you want to have watch parties. But this is the one thing I'm going to ask though. Everybody, not just on for the watch parties, but for like Friday Night Frights, which is coming up. I'll get to that. Oh, I'll get to that. Just calm down, everybody. I'll get to that. And and this show right here, if it's conflicting with anything that we are putting on, I just ask that you strongly refrain from doing that. We don't want to do anything that's going to contradict what the other shows that we're trying to do regularly. And so, with that being said, let's see. Want to thank Corpus. Okay. Lisa Ann says, Jack was wished into the cornfield. Leroy says, I saw a meme that it said babies being born in 9 months from now, they're going to call them children of the corn for quarantine. Yeah, I saw something like that. It's good everyone can keep their sense of humor. I see so many funny memes and stuff like that on Facebook. Corpus said, I had so much fun last Thursday, guys. Leroy says, yeah, love you, Corpus. A. Emmanuel on YouTube says, hey, what about a long movie like The Langoliers for a watch party? I don't know. That would be at Corpus's discretion. That's kind of all, and she runs that 100%. So that's her choice. Although if you wanted to do that for throughout the week, Emmanuel, if you're a member of the group and it doesn't conflict with anything else we're doing, have at it. You can jump on there on a Monday night or a Wednesday night, and do that. So that's not a problem. Brad says, hopefully you'll have the second annual Chiller Fest this October. I don't know. But I don't know. Your second wave of coronas is coming this fall. I know. It's a weird thing, as much as I want to do a haunted house, do I want to, because I think the summer will be fine. I'm sure, but do I want to do that? Do I want to work all summer, open it up, and then have the risk of that, of the nonsense that we're not nonsense. I mean, if someone's life gets saved, or their health is in, saved because of this, then so be it. But do I want to do that and then have that shut down? No, not particularly. Maybe I can, do more of these and really, really do a lot of cool things in October, like we did with Monster March. Monster March, like I said before, that was kind of a test for me to see if I could do it, if I could just keep up with it, with the job and with. I had no idea. As in, we didn't know that all this was going to be happening, and March was going to be the way it was when I, planned this. So, here we are. Yeah, we got through March. I wasn't sure if I could do it. I wasn't sure if I could do all 4 weeks, but because typically, if you're new on here, prior to March, what we did was the first Friday of the month. We were doing the Friday Night Frights. And I wasn't going to do that for April because I just whoa, need a break, But, question. John says, will you still have Friday live shows? Yes. And speaking of that, the next Friday Night Frights will be...
Join me, Jack Shadow, for my Friday Night Frights on April 17th as I feature terror creatures from the grave. Watch a live episode of Chiller Night Theater. Interact with me and with other viewers during the show. Watch Jack Shadow's Friday Night Frights on the Chiller Night Theater Facebook page or the Chiller Night Theater YouTube channel. Friday, April 17th, it's Terror Creatures from the Grave. Don't miss it.
Brought to you by Vicelli Pizza, Butler, PA, and Grossfest.
All right, there you have it, folks. This coming Friday on the 17th will be the next Friday Night Frights. Terror Creatures from the Grave. Barbara Steele. All right. A very good one. A very, very good one. Yes. Lisanne says Friday Night Frights. And Brad says hopefully. Oh, I already read that one. Moving right along. So John, did you get? I messaged you earlier today. I didn't know if you. I wasn't sure if you had to be friends on Facebook in order to read the message, but I sent you a friend request and messaged you about. I've been telling the contest winners that I haven't. We've I'm sure like you and many of you, we've been kind of in a lockdown situation. But I am going to, maybe this coming week. We haven't been leaving the house, really literally. We haven't been leaving, so I haven't mailed the contest prize, the books and the pictures. But I will be doing that. I might even do that this coming week. I'm not sure. Before I do that, I will be contacting all of you who won prizes to see if you want anything specific wrote on your pictures and maybe even your books. I don't know. Raymond brought that up last week. Have Jack Shadow sign the book. If you want something like that, I'll get with you before I mail them out. So, A. Emmanuel says they'll be calling them COVID kids. Okay. Yeah, the kids born during this time. Corpus says, I'll see if I can find Langoliers. Okay, answering the request a little bit ago. Yeah, that's a long one. I guess if you don't, I don't know who's working, who's still working regular schedules, I don't know. I still got to get up early in the mornings, but so I don't know how late I can really stay up But I can tell you this week I'm working on Terror Creatures from the Grave because I got the Friday Night Frights coming up on the 17th. But hey, whatever you guys want to do, I'm just happy that Corpus is running that. So I really appreciate that very much because it gives you options, gives you different options. March Corpus says March was awesome. Thank you for putting in so much time to do that. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Um, that was fun. I just, that was neat with everybody coming together and participating. I really enjoyed that. And Lisa Ann says, cool, April 17th. Yes. Brought to you by Vicelli Pizza. Yes, Vicelli Pizza. And Gross Fest. So Raymond says, will the terror creatures practice social distancing? I don't know, but that's a weird movie because you'll see the plot was actually had something to do with a virus, a plague that had taken place, and many years prior to the movie taking place. So it's a neat movie. If you've never seen that, I mean, I really strongly invite you to join us on Friday because it is a really really good movie. Raymond says, I love Barbara Steele. I remember you saying that. I remember you asking if we were going to play any with Barbara Steele in it. So that's actually kind of why I picked that one, to be truthful with you, Raymond, because I remember you asking about that a while ago. So if you ever think that I'm not listening to you guys, I do. I really do. Brad says, and Halloween is on a Saturday this year. I know, that's really cool. I was thinking about that. Like, I don't know what I'm doing yet. And a lot of it does have to do with, whether I'm doing a haunted house or not. So, I got some time to think about it. We'll see how things go with, how soon things are returning to normal or quasi-normal. Um, I guess that's the answer that nobody wants to hear is we'll see. But we'll see. Hesan says, no, they don't. That's why you get terrified of them. The terror creatures practicing social distancing. Yeah, they wouldn't be that scary if they practice social distancing, huh? Yeah. Hesan says, right, stay safe, stay home. Corpus says, my pleasure. Okay. And then John says, question 2, have you done a movie request? Like if someone requests a Paul Naschy Wolfman movie, or maybe something from Japan like Golden Bat. I do. Actually, several of the movies were requests. So the Paul Naschy ones are a bit trickier because the stuff that some of them are marked public domain, but if you put them on YouTube, they ain't having it. They will say, no, this is copyrighted, even though you can go to certain sites that say that they are. Like, a really good one is Paul Naschy's The Werewolf versus the Vampire Woman. And that's actually, you can't watch that one on, or they will restrict that in several countries, and they say it's copyrighted. So I think Paul Naschy, if you guys are not familiar with the Paul Naschy werewolf movies, a series of movies, Paul Naschy has I can't even tell you. I know some of you are familiar because we've discussed this before, but he's been that Waldemar Daninsky many times. He plays the same character like Lon Chaney Jr. did with Larry Talbot. And I really like the look of the Paul Naschy's Wolfman. It has a really good look to it. A lot of gore and stuff when he's attacking his victims. So John, if you do have one, I can't tell you if that would be the next one necessarily, but run it by me. I'll be happy to look it up. Lisa Ann says, I want a pizza. You want a pizza? Where'd you want a pizza from? From Vicelli? Do they have Vicelli? Aren't you from over on the western side of the states? Are they over there? I have so many questions. All right. Lisa Ann says, Monster March was cool. Oh, thank you. Brad says, like a social distance second annual Chiller Fest, and Halloween is on a Saturday. I'm sorry, I think I might have already read that one. A. Emmanuel says, I like it when you upload the videos from the telecast so I can watch them. Thanks, and please keep doing that. And then I can have Chiller Night Theater anytime. Yes, I do like to do that because I figure, like the new ones that come out, sometimes I will make those public on YouTube. Sometimes that day, like this, like on if it were going to appear tonight, I might do it this morning. I might do it even on a Friday. I don't too often do it before that. I like to, you know, make it feel new. There are two versions that you get to see. There's the one version that is pretty much like as if you were in the TV studio with me, you know, and you're watching Jack Shadow do the show, you know, being taped, because there's, you know, only the difference is there's nobody else in this room. So that's, of course, the reason for, you know, and now back to Indestructible Man. Stand, dot, 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 you know, wait, pause, and then I, you know, come over here, because there's no way for me to do the transition. I have to do that after the fact when I'm editing the show. But I think those shows look really nice when it's all said and done and they're all put together. You know, I add little effects like the glowing on the crystal ball, which I'm going to try to do that this coming Friday. I'm going to actually try to do that while I'm live, so I don't have to put it in later on when I'm editing the show. A lot of neat things I'm playing around with here behind the scenes. Let's see. Cassandra says, I love it. Friday Night Frights. Can't wait to see it. Cool, cool, cool. I thank you for joining me every Friday night when I have these. Lisa Ann says, Barbara Steele played Dr. Hoffman on the Dark Shadows remake. I must have known that, but I didn't remember that. That's pretty cool, though. I didn't realize that right now as I'm sitting here thinking. Cassandra says, she was amazing in the part. Raymond says, I'll have to see it. In the early 60s, when I became a teenager, I thought Steele was so beautiful. And Cassandra says, I love the Paul Naschy werewolf. Yeah. Oh, Lisa Ann says, they don't. We need a Vicelli in San Diego. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I thought that was kind of a in the area type of franchise. And then Raymond says, the shows are great. All right, thank you, Raymond. Appreciate it. So Glam and Tom, we're still missing Glam and Tom as far as, well, they're evidently with us, but I can't see them. So Glam, if you're watching, and if you don't want to jump off of here to try this now, I was going to write to you earlier. I didn't have the time, but I was going to email you and suggest you try that. Maybe that'll work, maybe not. Last week, before this show started at 8, I went in to Restream. I deactivated everything. I started everything over. I reset the stream key, and that didn't work either. So I'm just wondering why in the world it's not recognizing you or Tom on Facebook. You know, that's odd to me that I have that going on YouTube and Facebook, and it's particular people who are not showing up every week. So that's something that you might want to try. I hope it works. Brad says, the reason I said that is because they had WWE WrestleMania 36 at their Performance Training Center in Orlando, Florida. They did so many unique ways during the pandemic. Yeah, it really makes you think outside the box. It really does. I mean, the show must go on somehow, I guess, I mean, literally. John says, question 3, would you be able to do a show for the kids and show something like The House of Frankenstein and Milton the Monster? If they're public domain, I know The House of Frankenstein, if that's what you were writing there, I know that Freightenstein, I don't know if that was autocorrect or not autocorrect, but just a typo. But Um, House of Frankenstein, of course, is Universal, and but yeah, I wouldn't mind that because when I first started doing Chiller Night Theater, it was on a show. The original show was Sleepy Hollow Theater, and I didn't have the social consciousness that I didn't start out thinking necessarily that it was going to be the humor and stuff like that was going to be no more than like what you would see on The Simpsons, and I still kind of keep that as the bar, you know. I don't, you know, but you know, the thing that really struck me was, and I didn't put a ton of thought into it. I was just doing a show. I wasn't thinking that much into it. The thing is, the thing that got me really thinking about it was, and I started that show in May of 2008. Well, by the time Halloween came about, the haunted house season of that year of '08, people were coming in the room, the first room where Jack Shadow was meeting everybody and doing his little speech, you know, and ushering them in. I had families coming in, lots of families coming in with their kids, and they're like, "Oh, there's Sweetie, there's Jack Shadow, there's, you know, we watch every Saturday," and it was so many that I started thinking, "Oh, I need to." Not that it's a kids show; it's not a kids show, but I wanted it to be like chiller theater. You know, when I was growing up, you know, nobody sat and worried about like, oh, what are my kids going to be exposed to necessarily, you know, other than the fake violence of a monster maybe, you know, attacking somebody, or you know, but even that's not, you know, it wasn't gory or nothing like that. But that's why I kept it as a, I guess you'd say, family friendly in a way, I suppose. I mean, you could sit there and watch that with the kids, and I don't think be comfortable. Um, but yeah, I wouldn't mind doing something like that. I've even thought about that. I've even thought about doing Jack Shadow reading ghost stories. You know, having something to that effect. You know, um, you know, or even doing you know, magic tricks and stuff like that. I've done that before years ago. More when we were Sleepy Hollow Theater, Jack would sometimes occasionally be doing a magic trick on the show. Um, I think it's, you know, if the kids can enjoy Jack Shadow as much as the adults, I would love that. You know, that's kind of why the Chiller Night Spirit of Halloween. You know, I thought it was a good book to read. You know, you can enjoy it just as much as an adult, but it is you know, kind of a young readers, you know, like more of a teenager, the teenage reader bracket, I suppose. Um, but yeah, I'm not opposed to doing something like that. I like the ideas coming. You know, keep them coming. Um, let's see. Oh gosh, I'm missing quite a bit. Uh, Raymond says, "I must say, I feel cheap not donating to you in Corpus for the fun movies." Oh well, well, you kind of did as far as the. What do you mean, like the as to what to play? I actually played Terror Creatures from the Grave specifically because I do remember, and it wasn't all that long ago. Like I do remember stuff that you guys are writing to me. Like, what do they want? What do they want? That's a big deal to me. Like, what you guys are the ones watching. So, I mean, yeah, I got my TV audience. But I'm hearing directly from you guys. So, what do you want? And I do remember you bringing up Barbara Steele, and I thought, you know what? I've played Barbara Steele movie, you know, The Ghost, Nightmare Castle, Terror Creatures from the Grave. I played stuff like that on Sleepy Hollow Theater. So I thought, well, it's been years, probably 10 years since I played Terror Creatures from the Grave, so we'll do it again. And Corpus says, Tom isn't on Facebook now. At least I don't see him anymore. Oh no! Tom! Leroy says, so, hey, what about Clayton Denang or whatever, you know? Thought he was going to. Leroy says, sorry, I'm back. My neighbor delivered me a fatty because I brought him food back from, hey, whatever works for you, Leroy. All right. Raymond says, I am here now. All right, so Raymond's on YouTube. Uh, Brad says replying to John. That's a good one, John. John says the hilarious house of Friedenstein. Oh, with Vincent Price and Bobby Van. Yeah, I didn't get what you were trying to say there, John. I thought you were talking about House of Frankenstein. I yeah, I mean, like I said, if they're public domain, I'd have to look and make sure. Um, but I don't mind. I don't mind Jack doing something that is geared toward the kids specifically. I don't mind that. Because I view Jack Shadow as more of a comic book character, more of a cartoon character than a gory horror figure necessarily. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. He's got like a Doctor Doom quality to him. That's kind of how I think of him, as like, Doctor Doom in a way. Um, Raymond says, "Hi, Glam." Oh, Raymond's on there talking to Glam. Okay. Well, tell her I said hi. uh, Corpus says, "I'm glad you have fun. No funds needed." Yeah. Yeah. Oh, your funds. If that's what you're talking about, funds. Yeah. Um, no, I mean, I might down the road. I've discussed doing Patreon, but that's down the road. Like I was thinking of doing. I was setting everything up, and then all this with the world happened. I thought, there's no. I'm not going to ask anybody for anything. Like you know, maybe after all this clears and the dust settles, and maybe down the road I might rethink doing a Patreon page, but now wouldn't be. I mean, for me, I don't think that would be appropriate, but um, hopefully things will get back to normal. Um, David says, "How about introducing a puppet version of Jack Shadow for the kids?" Hey, that would save me from having to slipping into something more uncomfortable every time I do the character. You never know. Um, all right, so I'll try to get caught up a little bit on uh, some of the comments. Brian Ivers says Vincent Price hosted a kid show called House of Frightenstein. Oh, okay, Frightenstein in the 1960s on Canadian TV and later on American television. Oh, that's pretty cool, Brian. You just reminded me, between you and John mentioning Vincent Price. What's kind of neat? I brought this up last week about, well, tomorrow's Easter, of course, and here comes Peter Cottontail, the Rankin and Bass 1971 TV special. Remember that? Vincent Price played the Iron Tail, the villain rabbit, and Casey Kasem played Peter Cottontail. I thought that was kind of neat, but just wanted to bring that up. So I did. Lisa Ann says, a bat-shaped pepperoni pizza. A bat-shaped pepperoni pizza. That's cool. That would be neat. That'd be kind of cool. No donations through PayPal, Raymond says. Oh, yeah, again, like I wouldn't, I appreciate Corpus saying that. I know for me, like if for later on down the road with, I might consider it, but yeah, don't feel that way. I appreciate that. That's a nice gesture, but don't feel that way. If I do start something up, it would only be because I was really hitting it hard, which is kind of why I was, March was my test month to see if I could keep up with those. And then if I could, and I did these a lot more consistently, maybe weekly, then I would have activated the Patreon page. Right now, and then again in March, that's when all this really hit. It started really hitting us as much as it did, to the degree it did. And then I just thought, well, at that time it wouldn't be appropriate for me to even think about doing that. But that doesn't mean I won't do the Friday Night Frights. I'll keep it down to once a month, though, at least. But I appreciate, that's a nice gesture. Not necessary. Down the road, I might start up a Patreon page, and that might be fun to try it. But I just want you guys to visit, participate, and enjoy. I'll be happy with that. Corpus says he's here just lurking, LOL. Is it Tom or is it Clayton Dunang or whatever. Um, Lee Sands says Alice Cooper did a Sesame Street with the Count. Yeah, yeah, I remember that. David says, work, and more work. Had a minute to stop in. All right, David, thank you for stopping in. David is, of course, from the Butler Vicelli Pizza in Butler, Pennsylvania. Raymond says, I see you, Glam. Ask Glam if she holy cow, I'm missing so many comments. It's 8:44. Wow. Well, I hope everybody has a happy Easter tomorrow. I know, of course, with the restrictions being as they are, and the virus still looming over our society, and that whole ordeal. Easy for me to say, right? Guys, have any plans? Any special plans? I know you can't really go anywhere, but I know we're just gonna have our Easter dinner here and just enjoy it. But hope you guys all have a happy Easter, whatever you do decide to do or are limited to do. This too shall pass. We'll get through it. Eric Miller says hi. Hey, Eric. Eric says, where is the movie? The movie begins at 9 o'clock, but it won't be here on this page. Let me tell you where you can find that. See this site down here? Streammedia.tv. Streammedia.tv. It's a website for stream TV. If you go there, you can either watch it streaming live at 9 p.m. Okay, Eastern time, which is coming up in about 15 minutes? Okay. And what you're going to see at 9 p.m. Chiller Night Theater, the movie is Lady Frankenstein. 11 p.m. Chiller Chat. My guest is Stan Gordon. Stan is a nationally known UFO and paranormal investigator and author. 11:30 Chiller Night Theater, the movie is Indestructible Man with Lon Chaney Jr. That was our latest and greatest Friday Night Frights from just 2 weeks ago. And Chiller Chat at 1:30 a.m. with Daniel Doing, the creator of the Fringe Night comic book. 2 a.m. Chiller Night Theater. The movie is The Devil Bat. And again, up in the upper right, streammedia.tv. You can watch it either on that site or scroll down the page. You'll see the option to connect to the Roku channel. I personally like that option because I like watching something on my TV. Drives me crazy to sit at my computer as long as I do because this is where I work. This is my job. I actually sit here. This is where I work. Well, really now, quite a bit, but for the last several years. And so, to sit here all day, then to be working and editing all day and stuff like that, I like to actually look at a big screen if I can. So that's my recommendation. But, to each his own. Whatever you enjoy doing, replying to David Long, Leroy doing awesome, bro. I've been drinking and having a puff. Cheers, brother. All right. Sounds like Leroy's having a good, relaxing night. David says, cheers and enjoy. Or David Long says that. And then Brad says, I'm sorry, but I hear a lot about Patreon on All Pro Wrestling Podcast, but I'm sorry, what is Patreon? Patreon's a way to monetize your work for creators, for content creators. It is, and I'd be lying if I said I understood all of it right now. I don't necessarily, I don't know, because I didn't get to the very end of completion of the setup. But it is a way for viewers, if they like your content and they're supporting you, they can donate. And there's different categories of donations: $1 a month, $5 a month, $10, depending on what your thing. Maybe I'd do something like $1 a month or no more than $5. I can't see doing any more than $5 a month, but then I'd have to figure out, okay, what are the people who pledge $1 a month at? What do they get? What are the ones that pledge $5 a month get? That would be the stuff I'd have to figure out. And before I did that, I'd actually want to have a powwow with you guys and say, what do you guys think? I'd want your input on something like that. Again, that's down the road, because like right now it'd be the wrong time for me to start that up. I wouldn't feel right about that. But down the road, down the road, that might be something that I do. Probably will. Um, an angry Pennsylvanian says, "Hey peeps, checking in a bit late tonight. Had hot dogs by the fire pit tonight. Ah, that sounds nice. Now I'm just enjoying the warmth of the fire. I hope everyone is safe and healthy." Well, thanks for joining us. Eric says, "Where is the movie you're going to show a horror movie this evening?" Maybe you might have wrote that after I just. I know there's a delay here, but that's at streammedia.tv. What we do, Eric, is every Saturday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, I get on here. I talk about what movie, the scheduling coming up at 9 p.m. We just all kind of meet, greet, and talk, and chat. Just kind of gather around with each other, and then at 9 o'clock, that's when you got to jump on over to streammedia.tv, and you can watch either on their website or on their Roku channel. Again, my recommendation is the Roku channel. I like watching it on my TV, but to each his own. Some people don't mind sitting at the computer screen. Raymond says, "Peter Cottontail, how frightening." David Long says, "Have done Batman symbol breadsticks before." Oh, for the pizza. That would be neat. You should do a skull one. Leroy says, "What's happening, Doc? Cheers." And okay, let me scroll a little bit down. Oh, Corpus says it's Tom tonight. Okay, it's not Clayton. It's Tom. All right. Angry Pennsylvania says, "Hey Glam, you guys can see Glam. I can't see her. Can't see Glam or Tom." Lisa Ann says, "Normal. What's that?" Yeah, it is kind of weird. It seems so long ago. It wasn't that long ago, but it seems like it, because it's been such a monumental change in our lives. It is different. It's different. Brian says, "Did you mention what film is next Friday Night Frights?" I did. I'll play it. I'll do this again real quick, and check this out. Give me 30 seconds of your time. I don't think you'll regret it.
Join me, Jack Shadow, for my Friday Night Frights on April 17th as I feature terror creatures from the grave. Watch a live episode of Chiller Night Theater. Interact with me and with other viewers during the show. Watch Jack Shadow's Friday Night Frights on the Chiller Night Theater Facebook page or the Chiller Night Theater YouTube channel. Friday, April 17th, it's Terror Creatures from the Grave. Don't miss it.
Brought to you by Vicelli Pizza, Butler, PA, and Grossfest.
All right, that was that. And it was also to not just for Brian, but kind of just a to remind you, that's coming up. A lot of work goes into those. Those are quite a production here on this end, so the more the merrier. And I encourage you guys when those are playing to just share those videos as much as you can, I can't do it from here, or else I would during the or I'm afraid to anyway. I should say I'm afraid to. There's probably a way to do it without screwing things up here. But David says Tooth Fairy is corona free too. Apparently, I found out this week. I missed something. I'm sorry. You were replying to Brad when you said that, so I missed something there. Harry says late but here. Hey Harry, thanks for joining us. Yeah, I tell you, yeah, we got like not even 7 minutes, because I do cut this a few minutes, shy of 9 o'clock, so you guys can, settle in and get your Roku devices fired up. Emmanuel says, "Where do you get them? I'm interested in getting a hat and shirt. Please give me the info if you can. Thanks." Is that? Oh, amen. Okay, I'll scroll up. "I'm new to this group. Do you sell hats or shirts so we can advertise and show our pride?" Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah, you can actually. If you go to chillernighttheater.com, chillernighttheater.com. If you go there, go over to the on the top of the page, you can scroll over to the menu bar, and you'll see store. Go on there. There is a link there where you can order hats and shirts and stuff like that. So appreciate that. Thank you. And please give me the info. Raymond says Brian will. Okay, cool. And then John says, until Friday night, thank you. And my alter ego, Krozak the Grand, says, good night to you, sir. All right. Thank you, John. Thank you, Krozak the Grand. Thanks for joining us tonight. Brad says, Corona started with bats in China. Bad bats. Very, very bad bats. Yeah, well, that's what they're saying. Harry says, busy. Got a pork butt and ribs in the smoker. Ah, that sounds good. David says, have a good night. You guys have a happy Easter too. Lisa Ann says, leaving, adios. Everyone's leaving? Okay. It must be about that time. Hot dogs by the fire, nice. Corpus says, Harry says, happy Easter, guys, and many pleasant nightmares. Oh, the same to you. Thank you, Harry. Leroy says, drink. Yeah, I hope you all have a good Easter tomorrow. Let's see. David, second glass of champagne. Cheers. Corpus says, oh, hey, okay, on the 17th, Friday Night Frights, and then on the 18th, it's the third Saturday of the month in April, will be our 2-year anniversary of me doing this show, this particular, the pre-show. So that'll be kind of neat. I may get dressed for the occasion, just like I did last year. Brad says 10 minutes till Chiller Night Theater. Cool. All right. David, have a great night. It's all back to making and delivering pizzas. Thank you, David, for joining us. Okay, Leroy says, love you, Horror Fam Jam. Before it gets too late, cheers, everybody. Same to you, Leroy. Thank you. John says, have a happy Easter. Movie time, guys. Later, Gators. Right. Thank you. Lots of comments here tonight. Thank you, everybody, for joining me and each other here tonight. And thank you for the comments, participation. And we're trying our best to keep things on a state of normalcy as much as we can, at least here on this end of the camera. So thank you. Hope you get a chance to check out Chiller Night Theater and Chiller Chat episodes tonight on Stream TV in just a few minutes. So thanks for joining us. Have a very happy Easter. And join the watch party on Thursday night, and then join Jack Shadow on Friday the 17th, the very next night, for Terror Creatures from the Grave. All right, folks, have a good one. Enjoy your Easter tomorrow. Happy Easter, and have a good night. Have a good chiller night. See ya this week.